Hello, my name is Caoimhe O'Dwyer and I am bringing you this video with Fit Hit Drinks. This session is designed to offset any lasting damaging effects that sitting has on your body. So sitting down right now, let's sit up nice and tall in the sit bones. And I want you to tuck your tailbone under, tilting the pelvis backwards. You get that nice lengthening in the lower back. And then I want you to sit tall again in those sit bones. And I want you to tilt your pelvis forwards, creating that lovely arch in the lower back again. Let's go for a couple of those. We're just bringing a little bit of movement into the lumbar spine. And from there, I want you to start to create circles with that lower back. And less from the lower back coming out and around. I want that movement to actually come from the pelvis. So circling with your pelvis. Feel one sit bone, your tailbone, the next sit bone, sitting up tall again. Let's go in the opposite direction. So just bring some movement into the body. Let's go for two more of these. And last one, let's take the left arm down. Right arm comes up, we sit tall. We come into a side bend. Your neck moves freely on these. We exhale to side bend. Inhale up. Let's just go for a couple more. Reach tall in the spine as you do so. And one more. We're going to go for a lovely rotation in the body. So turn your body. Bring your left hand onto the right side of the chair on the side. And then your right hand comes to the back of that chair. You just turn. And then we go to the opposite side. So those arms switch over positions. Looking behind you. Two more of these, and then we're going to stand up. I'm going to release any tension in those hip flexors. I want you to ask yourself, how many hours a day do you sit down for? And some of you will say 8 to 10, but we're not thinking about the hours that we spend sitting, watching TV, or even driving in our cars. So I want you to place your left foot up onto your chair. For some people this might be enough, but I want you to tuck your tailbone under, squeeze your back glute, and imagine there's a string in front of your pelvis pulling you forward slightly. And we're just going to come in and out of that movement for 10 times. So releasing any tension in the hip flexors. If you're sitting for 10 hours a day, I'd advise you to do this after every hour. So every hour, get up and do this exercise for 1 minute on each side. So roughly about 10 on each side, just coming in and out of that movement. Let's go for another 5 more. Remember, tuck that tailbone under, squeeze that back glute for me. 4 more. Again, you might be able to imagine that string to pull you a little bit more forwards now that we're loosening out and we're opening up. 2 more of these. And last one then, opposite side for me. So this time my right foot is up. I'm tucking my tailbone under, squeezing that back glute, and I'm imagining there's a string pulling my pelvis forward. So I'm not just bending in and losing the stretch. So let's go for 10 on this side. Imagining there's a string pulling you in and out of that movement, but keep your tailbone under. Keep that back glute squeezed for me. The problem is when we're seated for that many hours a day, our body gets really comfortable being in that 90 degrees with the legs, so we get really tight hip flexors. Again, if our hip flexors are tight, it's going to cause a lot of problems in surrounding areas of the body. We're just going to go 3 more times on this side. And you feel really good after this because you can honestly feel your hip flexor opening up. And then last one for me. Keep that back glute squeezed and relax. So our very last stretch. We're going to take the hands to the back of our chair. We're going to walk out. We're going to open up through the hamstrings and the back. So right now, my belly button has fallen to the floor. My ribs have fallen to the floor as well. My neck isn't dropped too low, so just keep that neck nice and long, nose parallel to the floor. I want you to start to move your back. So dropping your stomach to the floor and then arching your back to the ceiling. Couple of these. Keep those legs nice and straight for me. If you don't have the mobility, just bend through the knees slightly. Let's go for 3 more of these. We're creating space in our back here. 2 more. And last 1. And walk yourself all the way up to the top. I hope you feel better after that one. Again, it's better to do this a couple times a day just to offset those damaging effects sitting has on your body.